confusion here of like who you are and who people are like within your story, because there is a high level of manipulation. There's pockets of information, so this is collective and this is also personal. There's pockets of information that are being weaved together, and some of them are like cocoons or an egg sac. Not a very pleasant word, but okay. Okay, so what I'm getting is that like life right now just seems very cinematic. It seems very like nothing is even real, and it may be because of what's going on around you in your personal life, but it may also be because of what's going on in the world. You just really like for a lot more is what I'm hearing. People are waking up and they feel like their relationship with God is actually what's making their life like this. So, especially if you feel like I keep feeling the need to shift like where my camera is. That's another thing. Like, you feel like you're being perceived wrong, or you feel like you're being perceived in not the best way that you possibly could. Maybe you're shifting things around too much, but also there's something being projected on you and you don't know if it's good or bad. There's someone that thinks that you're copying them, just straight up. When in reality, the person that you're dealing with, or they're dealing with you, one of you is just so intuitive that you're picking up on their energy because they're incessantly directing it towards you. You have placed yourself in some way as a fixture in this person's life, or God did. If you didn't do it directly, then it might have been God. Is the sync on? They're either birthing something or they're just draining out where they are needed. That's a lot of what this full moon energy is bringing. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it's bringing in physical change and money, but like within a state of, I'm hearing creativity and stability. Keep hearing weaving because of this Eight of Pentacles. It's telling me it's on 5%, but it's plugged in. Okay, keep telling me low power, but you plugged in, so you're not going to run out of power. Is also part of the message. Plugged in. Running. You may be running away from something. Or towards. We're running. The generators are running. That's going to be a significant piece of evidence. Like a piece of machinery that's running. That shouldn't be running. I was getting earlier, what else is there? I've been getting a lot of messages, I don't really know like what is what for others or what's for me. Someone is gaining their wings. It's a masculine energy, and they are made of fire. Their wings made of fire, so because they're made of fire, it might be like extremely painful to have acquired these wings. Like it may have fucking hurt, you may have felt like you got burned for a second, and then all of it's gone, like all the pain's gone, and you have an ability to soar past this, but like you had to go through some intense ass pain for a second to deal with the fire. That may also be what's happening collectively, is like there's about to be this phoenix rising moment, because there already was a fire. Or I'm hearing this is what the plan is. It's like mass, what am I hearing? Mass love bombing? What needs to be acknowledged here is like the personal things happening are also happening collectively on a mass level. It's like as above, so below. So like if you have someone using you, taking advantage of you, lying, obviously all those things are also happening on like a collective level, right? Like, and I don't mean by individual people, I mean there are other things controlling people on a larger scale than just one person. This is also why you think people are copying you. Because we all have the same fucking trauma. We all have the same outlooks on like, or perspectives of our own pain and how they were inflicted on us by who, which way, or what, why. And how we express those things may be similar because the pain is similar. And we're supposed to be like acknowledging each other. And like what we've contributed to all that we've done this far, instead of comparing and being like, oh, you're doing the same thing as me. Maybe we're just on the same frequency or the same wavelength for similar reasons. And we should be coming together for those reasons, as opposed to you assuming that I'm sitting here focusing on your ass. What I feel when I was channeling it is that, like, people look at what you're doing more than you think. You influence people more than you even can comprehend. You think the worst that someone could do is copy you. It's not true. It's just a test, isn't it? It's vague is what I'm hearing. It's not going to make sense because the moon is covering up a lot of, like, information. The divine feminine energy is trying to purge out a lot of... We're going to go from a very non-emotional place of, like, words. That's why it may be hard to sift through your emotions right now, because your emotions are coming out verbally, especially if you're not used to that, especially if they're negative, because there is pain here. Once those things are dealt with, though, it's going to be a lot easier and a lot lighter to deal with. It's going to be a lot easier to be in your lighter feminine self, like where you can give and receive properly. I'm hearing there's certain relationships that need to be healed or need to be healed from. That's what the moon is doing right now. They're like this energy of jealousy or like copycat energy or like resentment. That's what's being dealt with right now. Also within ourselves or within any type of feminine energy that we're connected to. So this may seep into like our relationships with our mom, our sisters, our aunts, our feminine relationships, friendships. I'm hearing exes and current relationships. How does this affect the masculine energy? Because it feels like it's feminine on feminine energy that is doing this. Not predominantly, yes, predominantly. The divine feminine needs to heal their relationships with other women and other divine feminines now. Because we were in a space of feminine rage for a while, and we still are, and a lot of that is getting dealt with within the collective and within the feminine collective specifically. Like within that energy. There needs to be reconciliation. Because the pain has gone on for too long. There's divine masculines who are, I'm hearing, who are no longer divine. And the reason that is because they revoked their connection, or they bartered, or like they exchanged something for something else. But that also severed their tie with what they promised to God at some point. Or themselves, you know. Like they went back on something. Multiple times is what I'm hearing. And they've hurt a collective of women, or they did in the past, and it's being healed among just the women itself. First is what I'm hearing. Because the men need to see who, like the worth, the sense of worth over their own ego. They need to realize that the energy and the power of the divine feminine in any which way is literally the source. And if they fuck with source, then they're basically stripping themselves of whatever they thought they had, because they only find power within their ego. And what is it? And I'm not even, having an ego isn't a bad thing. It's choosing the ego over what you know is going to protect you and actually give you what you need. And I mean protect you emotionally and energetically, and in some cases financially for some people. Because I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody here has a divine feminine who is financially also, like, has done a lot for them. But it's also not up to the divine masculine to heal this, because they did the damage. They can't heal it. The women have to heal it among themselves or with each other. Either physically or energetically. So, okay, thank you. Okay, I got it. It took me 20 minutes. to understand. If you're sitting here fighting with yourself or with a man or with whoever the fuck about the relationship that you have with another woman or another energy in your life, or even just women as a collective, because sometimes that is me as well. I'm like, like I get mad. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get mad at white women. I'm like, white women be fucking blah, 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 like in my mind. But then you see that's a wound, okay? I'm aware it's a wound, so I keep it to myself. I work with myself with it, you know. And partially, especially with me, it is a mother wound, because it's a bridge, or like it's a wall. It can be either one, a bridge or wall, of understanding oneself and how you were nurtured, or how you were nurtured correctly or wrong. Like, so it really comes down to that at this point, whether you were cheated on or not, you know, like what relation, like you're healing maybe a relationship with a woman that your significant other cheated on you with, or whatever the fuck. Maybe you're trying to forgive. Maybe you're just trying to forgive. Like, it's not even about the relationship anymore. Maybe the relationship's just completely over. You're just sitting there trying to forgive what was done to you, or what you did to them. Like, maybe you're trying to forgive yourself. Maybe you're trying to forgive the other person. Maybe you're sitting in your shame, and you're saying a lot of hurtful things. Maybe you're ashamed of yourself for even putting yourself in that position. Or you're in compassion. Trying to have compassion for yourself and for other women and for other energies in this situation. Trying not to feel like you've been used in some way, or just to forgive or heal from that as well. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm hungry. I'm done. Thank you. That gave me my answer.